Alright, in this demo 30, I'm only going to have one demo, one button, and the output, some of the output is going to show up on the button, the face of the button, as you see right here. This month's number is 6, this month's name is July. And then down here in the darker green, this is a paragraph element with an ID of demo 1. The button, I believe, has an ID of G for green. And this is the output right here. Again, you've got a couple of statements, a couple of sentences that show on the button, and then you've got this table down here that shows up in the paragraph. When I first refresh the page, however, this is what it looks like before the function is called. You got the button that says demo 1 with a couple dashes down here, and then you've got the paragraph area below it in the darker green that just has a couple of dashes. There's no output showing yet. So 30.html is our web page code. Right here is the doc type declaration, and when I click on the opening HTML tag and go down to the bottom, you see it's not a very long web page. There's the closing HTML tag. When I click on the head tag, you see both the head, opening and closing head tags. I'll show you what all's in the head of this particular web page. Here is the link to the shortcut icon, which you see as the smiley face up here in the browser tab. This is the title that says Demo 30, which is right next to that smiley face, again, in the browser tab. This link right here links to an external style sheet with the name of style.css, which is right here. It's the same style.css I've been using for many different web page demos. Then we've got this, which links to the external JavaScript. The name of that is 30.js, which is right here. And we're going to go over that one single function, which is right here. All of this is a function. It's what happens when we click on this Demo 1 button. Okay. Then, even though I am linking to an external style sheet, I also have a set of style tags in the head because this particular page, I've altered the size of the button. And so even though I have a wrapper style, if I go to style CSS, there's already a style for the tag called wrapper right there. Well, because I put another wrapper tag in here with a slightly different style, this page is going to read this wrapper style instead of this wrapper style. Okay, so you can actually use external styles plus personalized styles in the body of the or the head of your page itself. Table, I don't believe I had a table style at all in the style CSS. If I look really quick, look for table. I don't think I have one in here, and I don't. So I gave myself a style for the table. And since the table is made up of table headers and table data cells, I gave a style for those. And then I have a left style, the tag left in the style CSS, which is down here. This was for previous demos. The tags were left, middle, right, and other. Well, this was when I had 3 or 4 buttons, or maybe even 5 buttons on one single page. Each of those tags had a width of 18%. Well, I didn't want to do that. I only wanted one demo, and I wanted it to stretch across. So in my 30.html, I created my own style in this particular page for the left tag, a width of 97% instead of 18%. So that ends the style that I added to the head for this particular page, and that ends the head. Now let's go to the body, which is very simple. In the body, there's the wrapper tag, which again, right here is the style for that. Margin 0 pixels, padding 10 pixels, width of 90%, float left, border 10 pixels, black solid, a background color of tan. So you see the background color of tan and the black border, that's all the wrapper. Then the left, here I gave a width of 97%. And like again, I said that's instead of being 18%, because instead of having 4 or 5 buttons in my little section, I only have one. So it's 97% of the wrapper that it's in. Inside that left tag, I have a button with an ID of G, and the on click equals 1. So when you click this light green button, it's going to call this function called 1. And on the face of the button, you see demo 1, 2 break tags to go down a couple of spaces and a couple of dashes. And you see up here, demo 1, down a couple of spaces and a couple of dashes. So when I run the function, when I refer to g.enterHTML, that output is going to show on the face of this button. Underneath the button, I have a paragraph element. PID equals demo1. This ID is going to be used, demo1.enterHTML, and that output will show up here in this green paragraph area, which is going to be, I'm going to output a table there, a table of information. Style equals display block, and then you have a couple dashes here, which just is going to show you where that table is going to go. It's going to replace these dashes. End of left, end of wrapper, end of body, end of HTML. So that's all you get for the 30.html web page. Very short amount of code. Let's look at the JavaScript. 30.js, function 1. The first line of code here that I've got, var snd_month equals new audio, and in parentheses and single quotes, month.mp3. So I used my Audacity to record an MP3 file, and I named it month.mp3. And then I took that and I set it equal to a variable called snd_month, short for sound month. In line 4 here, you see snd_month.play. So as soon as this button is clicked, as long as you're using Firefox, you're going to hear me start to read something. Well, right out at the same time, I also have an alert box that's going to pop up, and in the parentheses and double quotes is everything that the alert box is going to say. And it's just going to basically give a preview of all of this code that I'm creating. All of this down here, the alert box is going to go over first as I'm reading, and when you click the OK button to that alert box, then it's going to pause that MP3 of me reading that information. And then we're going to get down to this part of the code. Var month names array, we're creating an array, and in its array of the names of months. So var month names array equals January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Each of these months are enclosed in double quotes and separated by commas, and all inside of the straight brackets. Then we're on line 12 here, we're going to create a date object. So new date is on the right hand side of the equals, and var d is on the left. So the new date object is going to be referenced by this object reference variable called d. In line 15, we're going to use that object reference variable d, use the dot operator, and the method getMonth. The method getMonth is going to give us a numeric value. It's not going to show us the names January, February, March, or so on and so forth. It's going to give us a number. Our current month for our new date object that we just created is July. But because the indexes, January is 0, February is 1, instead of July being the number 7, it's actually going to be the number 6. So d.getMonth is going to give us a numeric value of 6, and that value of 6 is going to go inside this variable that we're calling month number. Then next in line 18, we are going to do the conversion. Instead of just spitting out the number 6, we want to spit out July. So how we do that is month number, this is going to be 6, it's going to be put inside the straight brackets, which is going to basically be an index for this array that we created up here with the name month names array. So month names array 6 is going to give us the value of July, the text value of July. So this is going to give us July, and July is going to go inside this variable called month name. So remember, month number is going to give us a 6, month name is going to give us the word July. And here we're going to show the output by using g.enterHTML. Remember, I said G was the ID of our button up here. So instead of seeing the words demo1 and a couple of dashes, we're going to see the words this month's number is, and then we're going to concatenate the value of month number. So the first sentence is going to say this month's number is 6, plus, and then in the string double quotes, we're going to have a break tag, which is going to go down a line, and then we're going to get the string this month's name is plus month name, which we already established is going to give us the actual word July. So we'll have this month's number is 6, and this month's name is July. All right, so all that's going to show up in the button. Then in line 26, we have this long thing, Demo 1. Remember, the paragraph area here in darker green has an ID of Demo 1. The button had an ID of G. The paragraph had the ID of Demo 1. So demo1.innerHTML equals, and all of this is in, as you can see, double quotes, and then it ends with a semicolon. Basically, it's all the code to create a table. And you can't put any spaces here to make it easier to read, because as soon as you put a space, like if you hit enter right here, this goes from being a light gray representing a string to all this colorization, and it's going to ruin the code. And what happens if I save this right now and then I refresh the page and I click the demo button? You can click all day. It's not going to show the function correctly because you just broke your code here. So I'm going to hit Control Z a couple of times to get that to turn back to the light gray, which represents a string. So this big long string, it's hard to read, but as long as you know how to create a table, and then each table has a opening and closing TR tag for table row, TH for table header, the word method in the table header, there's another table header, gets, another table header, the word range, another table header, the word example, and then the end of the table row. That's a whole row. The next row starts here with a TR tag, a TD for table data cell, get day, another table data cell, day of week, to the end of the table data cell, another table data cell that has 0 through 6, another table data cell that says 0 is Sunday, all the way to that end of table data cell, and the end of the TR. So that highlighted area is the second table row of the table that we're going to create inside of this dark green paragraph. Finally, not finally, but the next row starts here with inside of the table data cell tags getMonth. Another table data cell has the word month. Another table data cell has 0 through 11. And the final table data cell says 0 is January. The next table row goes from here, from here, with the table data cell that says get date, day of the month, 1 through 31, and 1 is the first of the month, end of the table row. So there's that table row. The next table row starts here. Get full year, year. Then there's nothing in this table data cell. It's going to be a blank square. And then 2016, end of that row. The next row starts with the table row tag, TD get hours, to there, hour, to there, 0 through 23 to there, and 0 is midnight with a break tag that goes down a line, 12 is noon, a break tag to go down a line, 23 is 11 p.m., end of the table data cell, end of the table row. So there's that row. The next row starts with a TR. In that table data cell it says get minutes. The next table data cell says minute. The next table data cell says 0 through 59. The next table data cell is empty, and then you have the end of that row. Next row goes from here. Get seconds, seconds, 0 through 59, empty table data cell, end of row. Next table row, get milliseconds, milliseconds, 0 through 999, empty table data cell, end of table row. And the final row of the table row, get time. The TD has a call span of 3, so it's going to stretch. Milliseconds since midnight, January 1st, 1970. There's the end of that table data cell. End of the table row, end of the table. So all of that stuff is just giving us a table with some rows and data cells. So it's just some output information. Alright, so that's the entire JavaScript. let's go on ahead and run it. I'm going to click Demo 1 button. I have to hit the mute button on my keyboard because my MP3 is reading about these statements here. Now when I click the OK button, that MP3 is going to stop. So let me get rid of all of these again. Get rid of this, and from top to bottom, first thing that happens is you hear me read. Wait, it creates the MP3 and puts it in a variable. It plays it with an alert box. When you hit the OK button, then it's going to pause it and reset it. Hit the OK, these two are going to do it. Then it's going to create the array. It's going to do it really fast. It's going to create the date object. It's going to pull out the number for the month, which is 6. It's going to convert that to an actual array element with the name of July. And then it's going to stick it in the button inner HTML, which this is right here. And you see up here in the button, this month's number is 6. And then a break tag that goes down, this month's name is plus month name. This month's name is July. And then lastly, demo1.innerHTML is this whole table that I told you about. So I created an array for the month names array. If I wanted to spit out more than just the month, I wanted to spit out the day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, I would have to create an array for the days. So I would do this exact same thing, but I would say var day names array equals Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and my var d equals new date. I don't have to do that again, but down here I would say var day number equals d.getDay. I would have that copy and paste of this to get that functionality. And then instead of var month name equals month names array month number, I would copy and paste that, but I would say var day name equals day names array, and then in the index area here I would say day number. And then down here, my g.innerHTML, I would say this day's number is plus day number plus break tag this day's name is plus day name. So that would just basically be doing the same concept for get month. I would do that for get day. Get date is gonna, I could do the same thing for that. Get full year is just gonna give me the current year, 2016. Get hours is gonna give me an hour with a range between 0 and 23. 0 is midnight, 12 is noon, 23 is 11 p.m. Get minutes is gonna give me a range between 0 and 59. Get seconds, a range between 0 and 59. Get milliseconds, a range between 0 and 999. And get time, if I were just to call date.getTime, and then spit that out in g.innerHTML or in demo1.innerHTML, it would give me the milliseconds since midnight, January 1st in 1970. So that in a nutshell is how the JavaScript works with a date object.